Have you ever wondered how a WWE superstar can win the company's biggest prize, yet still divide the entire wrestling world? Some champions became legends. Others became symbols of controversy, leaving fans arguing for years. Whether it was backstage politics, shocking booking decisions, failed title reigns, or scandals outside the ring, these champions changed WWE history forever. Today, we're ranking the most controversial WWE champions of all time, and trust us, by the end of this video, you may completely change your opinion about who deserves the #1 spot. Welcome back to Ring Insights, the home of wrestling stories, unforgettable moments, and the hidden truths behind WWE history. If you're passionate about professional wrestling, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community, because today we're diving into one of the most debated topics ever, the most controversial WWE champions of all time, ranked from controversial to absolutely unforgettable. Professional wrestling has always been built on emotion. Fans celebrate heroes, boo villains, and invest themselves in every championship match. But sometimes, controversy goes beyond scripted rivalries. Sometimes the decision to crown a champion leaves fans shocked, angry, or completely divided. Let's begin our countdown. Starting the list is Jinder Mahal. When Jinder Mahal defeated Randy Orton to become WWE Champion in 2017, almost nobody saw it coming. Just weeks earlier, Mahal had been viewed as a lower-card wrestler who rarely won important matches. Then suddenly, WWE transformed him into the face of SmackDown. Many fans believed the decision had more to do with WWE expanding into the Indian market than with Jinder's popularity. His rapid rise felt unnatural to many viewers, especially because there had been very little build-up before he entered the championship picture. Although Jinder worked hard to embrace his new role and carried himself like a true champion, critics argued that his matches lacked excitement and relied too heavily on interference from the Singh brothers. Even today, his championship reign remains one of the most surprising and controversial title wins in WWE history. Next comes Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio had all the tools to become a top champion. He was athletic, technically gifted, and carried himself like a superstar. WWE clearly saw huge potential in him, giving him multiple world championship reigns early in his career. However, outside the ring, Del Rio became involved in numerous controversies that damaged his reputation. Reports of backstage issues, personal scandals, and legal problems overshadowed his accomplishments. Eventually, many fans found it difficult to separate the performer from the person behind the character. His championship victories are often remembered less for the matches themselves and more for the controversy that followed throughout his career. Coming in next is The Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was one of WWE's biggest stars during the late 1980s and early 1990s. His victory over Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6 remains one of wrestling's most iconic moments. But Warrior's career was surrounded by controversy. He famously walked out of WWE after demanding more money, leading to major backstage tension with Vince McMahon. Years later, several public comments and interviews created even more criticism, dividing fans over his legacy. While many remember his incredible charisma and unforgettable entrance, others believe his personal controversies forever complicated his place in WWE history. Now let's talk about Yokozuna. Yokozuna dominated WWE in the early 1990s and became one of the company's most powerful champions. However, his character itself sparked debate because despite portraying a Japanese sumo wrestler, he was actually Samoan. Although wrestling has always relied on fictional characters, some fans criticized WWE's portrayal and questioned the authenticity of the gimmick. Others defended Yokozuna, pointing out that he played the role brilliantly and became one of the era's greatest villains. His championship reigns remain respected, but the character continues to generate discussion decades later. Next on the list is JBL. John Bradshaw Layfield shocked fans by transforming from a tag team wrestler into one of WWE's longest reigning champions of the Ruthless Aggression era. Many fans believe JBL skipped ahead of more deserving stars because WWE wanted a wealthy businessman character to represent SmackDown. His title reign also featured controversial finishes, constant interference, and repeated victories that frustrated audiences. Outside the ring, numerous stories about locker room bullying surfaced over the years, making JBL one of the most polarizing champions WWE has ever produced. Now we arrive at CM Punk. This entry might surprise some viewers because Punk is beloved by millions of wrestling fans. However, controversy has followed him throughout his career. Punk's famous pipe bomb promo blurred the line between fiction and reality, criticizing WWE management in ways fans had never seen before. His historic WWE Championship reign was incredible, yet his relationship with the company deteriorated behind the scenes. His abrupt departure in 2014, years of public criticism toward WWE, and later backstage conflicts in other promotions only added to his controversial image. Some fans see him as the voice of frustrated wrestlers. Others believe his attitude created unnecessary problems. Either way, controversy has always followed CM Punk. Next comes Roman Reigns. It's almost impossible to discuss controversial champions without mentioning Roman Reigns. During the mid-2010s, WWE pushed Roman as the company's next top star despite overwhelming fan resistance. Crowds repeatedly booed him even when he was positioned as the heroic babyface. Many believe Roman received opportunities because WWE management refused to change its plans, while other talented wrestlers were overlooked. Ironically, everything changed after Roman reinvented himself as the tribal chief. His historic championship reign became one of the greatest in modern WWE history. Today, many fans appreciate his incredible work, but his early championship years remain among the most controversial booking decisions WWE ever made. Now we're entering the top 3. At number 3 is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan helped build WWE into a global phenomenon. Without him, professional wrestling might never have reached the popularity it enjoys today. However, Hogan's legacy became deeply controversial due to numerous backstage stories involving political influence over booking decisions. Many wrestlers claimed Hogan used his star power to protect his position at the top of the company. Later, leaked recordings containing racist remarks created one of the biggest scandals in wrestling history. WWE temporarily removed him from the Hall of Fame before eventually reinstating him. To some, Hogan remains the greatest superstar ever. To others, his personal controversies overshadow his legendary career. At number 2 is Brock Lesnar. Few champions have looked as dominant as Brock Lesnar. His strength, athletic ability, and legitimate fighting background made him one of WWE's most believable champions. Yet his title reigns often frustrated fans because he defended the championship so rarely. Many believe the world title should appear every week rather than disappear for months at a time. Despite limited appearances, Brock continued winning championships repeatedly, leading many viewers to criticize WWE's booking strategy. Some loved the aura of a special attraction champion. Others believed it hurt the rest of the roster, and finally, taking the number 1 spot is Triple H. Few WWE champions have generated as much controversy as Triple H. During the early 2000s, Triple H dominated Monday Night Raw in what many fans now call the Reign of Terror. He defeated challenger after challenger, holding the World Heavyweight Championship for long stretches while rising stars struggled to break through. Critics argued that talented wrestlers like Booker T, Rob Van Dam Kane, Scott Steiner, and others were sacrificed to keep Triple H at the top. The controversy became even greater because Triple H married Stephanie McMahon, leading some fans to question whether his backstage influence affected creative decisions. Years later, Triple H successfully transitioned into a respected executive, helping develop countless future stars through NXT and eventually becoming WWE's chief content officer. Even so, debates about his championship reigns continue today. Was he truly one of the greatest champions in history, or was he simply the biggest beneficiary of backstage power? Wrestling fans still argue about that question, proving just how controversial his legacy remains. Every championship tells a story, but not every story earns universal praise. Some champions became legends because of incredible performances, while others became unforgettable because of the debates they created. Whether you agree with this ranking or not, one thing is certain: controversy has always been part of what makes WWE so fascinating. Thanks for watching Ring Insights. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into WWE history. Now tell us in the comments, who do you think is the most controversial WWE champion of all time? Do you agree with our number 1 pick, or would you rank someone else at the top? Until next time, keep your passion for wrestling alive, and we'll see you in the next video.